What's up, my story beauties? Welcome back to my channel. This whole week I want to talk about some special topics, encouraging, reminding us about our goals for the year, getting to know our inner self. Today we're going to talk about who is your Goliath. So Goliath is was a Philistine warrior. Okay, he was defeated by David, who was very small in his height. And Goliath was very, very tall and a warrior, a trained warrior, and a very revered giant. And David actually killed him with a non-professional warrior's weapon. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about who is your inner Goliath. Okay, we all have giants. We all have fears. We all have things and people and just phobias of all sorts of things in our life that appear to us in a form of a Goliath or a giant. And I'm specifically saying Goliath because I want to refer to the story in the Bible where David defeated Goliath with a weapon that was not a unique weapon, that was not anything special, there was nothing professional. So all David used to kill Goliath was a sling that he had, put a stone, and he pulled it, and bam, the stone hit Goliath right here in the middle of his head, and he fell dead. Let's not forget that David was actually a little boy too. So at that time the Israelis were frozen in fear, and I want to just stay there for a little bit. How many times have we found ourselves, or we still find ourselves, like stuck or frozen, or just can't seem to move on past a bad habit, a bad relationship, a bad experience, a bad job, something that just gives us so much fear that whenever we see it, it's just like, it's just too big. It could even be your garage that needs a hand mine, or it could be your bedroom, or it could be your laundry. It just appears like a big huge giant in front of you, and you're like, I can't attack it, or your dishes. But I'm here to tell you that the biggest giant that we actually have, it's not the things around us, it's not the things that appear to us as giants, it's the giant inside of us, the Goliath inside of us. It's our own fears and phobias. It's our own self that we are actually scared more, that we have to actually fight and defeat before we can defeat any other problem that's out there, that's outside and not inside of us. I think before I started YouTube, I had this fear of like, what is everyone gonna say? How am I gonna sound? How am I going to look? What am I gonna bring? I mean, I felt so paralyzed, and not just that, but in so many other aspects of my life. And I was just like, I'm like, God, I just don't. I don't think I could defeat this giant, this fear that's just got me, and I feel so small, and I feel like this fear has me all over me, and it's and I feel like in prison. And then there were many then I felt led to the story of Goliath, and how David had courage, and he was the only one that did not have fear, and he used something he used a sling and a stone, and he killed the giant. He killed the one that everyone feared. And here you have a little boy who did not fear. Why? Because he had trust in God. He had belief and faith in God that he will hand him over, because he said to him, God is going to hand you over to me. David already set his victory with his mouth before he even took any action toward fighting that giant, that fear. So I think that's the approach we should have in life before we attack anything that we need to attack, whether it's cleaning your house, your dishes, or passing a test in school, or changing jobs, or getting out of a very nasty, violent, abusive relationship. I think you should consult with God and believe and trust that He will give you the strength to take the step, to get out of it, to face your fear, to face your giants, to face your Goliath within you. Okay? Because you need courage. You need to feed your inner self first. You need to feed it by saying it, by thinking, by believing in your heart. You need to feed it inside. You need that inside persona of you, your inner person. You need to feed it with courage, with God's words, with faith, with belief that that you will make it. You already have the victory. You already have defeated. You already will get out of that relationship. You already will defeat what you have to defeat, that bad behavior, that you're gonna stop drinking, smoking, that you're gonna do this and that. You already need to set your mind, the stage in your mind that you already have defeated. All you have to do is act upon it as if you already have. And that's what David did. David responded to what the giant said. The giant Goliath, he cursed David. He said something bad to him, and David responded by saying, "This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands. Okay, and I will strike you down, and I will give the dead bodies of the host of the Philistines this day to the birds of the air and the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God." Whatever Goliath or giant you are facing in your life, whatever fear you're facing in your life, whatever step you're trying to make to better yourself, to better your life, you will face a Goliath. You will face your fear. But the biggest Goliath, the biggest fear, it's within you. It's within yourself. That is who you have to defeat first. Because disbelief, doubts inside of us, many times when they're fed and they're fed and they're fed, they become this big giant, this big Goliath that we just can't seem to get past, to get to the other side of a better life, of a better relationship, of a better decision making for your life, for your family. And that is why we need God. We cannot face any of these Goliath or fears, the giants in our life on our own. This is what I believe, and I encourage that you believe as well, that you put your faith and trust in God, that He will help you get over, face, overcome any fear, any Goliath that's inside of you, that's stopping you from believing that there's better, in life, that you can make it, that you don't have to be stuck in the state where you just know that God knows what you're going through. He just wants you to have faith and trust and believe Him, that He will help you go through. Just like David, he had faith, and then he, by saying, "Today, this day, my God is going to deliver you into my own hands," to the giant. And that was just him expressing his faith in God, and that fuels you, that gives you courage to face your giant, that gives you the power, the strength that you need to face your giant, because sometimes we just don't want to face them. We don't even want to look at them. Whatever area in your life that you've kind of just shoved them there in the corner, I don't want to deal with it. It could be your weight. It could be that you're dealing with so many in this world, in this life, we deal with so much, especially when it comes to weight. There's so many diseases and illnesses that could be prevented if we actually took care of our health. We ate healthy, we ate better, we made better eating healthy choices. We would be avoiding many disease, and we know that, but we just don't want to face it. We just keep on going because it feels good. Sometimes we try to avoid facing our giants, our Goliaths in our life, and they become big and big and big and big till they choke us. And then there's other times that we know we should face them with God, with God's help, but we just don't believe. We don't want to go through it. You know, we don't want to go through, how to say, we just don't want to put ourselves through it. You know, we like our routine, our normal life. I encourage you to put your trust in God and to believe that He will help you face any Goliath that you might be dealing with that's within yourself, first of all, and then around you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you give a thumbs up and join, be a part of this channel, and share, because sharing is caring, because sharing is caring. So be blessed. Bye.